All right, welcome to learning objective number 3. Understand and articulate the Mankiw approach to principles of economics. Well, Mankiw, as you know, is the best-selling principles text. It has about a quarter of the whole market in a market that has 25 or so competitors. The next bestseller is McConnell, Brew, and Flynn by McGraw-Hill. That text has been around forever. It is losing market share as Mankiw gains market share in every edition. Then probably the third bestseller is by Hubbard and O'Brien. It's a Pearson text. Then Krugman and Wells. And then you have all of these other competitors that have various slices of the pie. So who is Greg? He's one of the youngest professors ever to be granted tenure at Harvard University. He writes the best-selling text in both Principles of Economics and the intermediate macroeconomics course. He's a former chairman of the President's Council of Economics Advisors, so he's put in his time with the president in Washington, D.C. He's also recognized as one of the best communicators of economics for both academic and the public audience. He can write for both high-level academics and also the man on the street. He has a monthly column, a Sunday column in the New York Times. He regularly publishes in the Wall Street Journal, and you often see him on television and radio talking about the economy. So what is the Mankiw approach? Well, understand that before Mankiw, books were huge. They were tomes. They included everything but the kitchen sink. And Mankiw kind of stood the market on its head when it came out with its content. And he had only the most important topics in clear and concise manner. Any author can include everything. It takes skills to know what to include, what to leave out. Many students actually, this is a quote from a professor, many students actually told me they enjoyed the Mankiw textbook, and that's never happened before. You know, Greg Mankiw actually gets email from students. Many students say that they have become economics majors because of this textbook, and that is pretty incredible. Ancillaries. No publisher spends more time and resources in creating great ancillaries. We have a team of ancillary providers. It is a team headed by David Hakes, University of Northern Iowa. Many of these people have been on this project since the very first edition. This team is very hard to get onto, and it's a very selective team. Also digital. Nobody has the cutting edge digital that we have. MindTap is a monster in Principles of Economics, especially for Mankiw. And we have Adaptive Test Prep and Graph Builder, and those have really gained traction in the last year or so. So how many versions of Principles of Economics are there? Well, remember in a last session, we said that our texts usually come in 3 versions. There's a hardback Principles of Economics. Then there's a Principles of Macroeconomics paperback split that has the intro chapters and the macro, and then a Principles of Microeconomics split that has the intro chapters and the micro. Mankiw is a little bit different. We actually have 5 splits. We have those 3. Then we have a brief Principles of Macroeconomics. This has fewer of the introductory chapters. Some instructors want the introduction to be a little bit more brief, so we created this brief Principles of Macroeconomics. And then in some places, mainly liberal arts schools, or actually even in MBA programs, they want a regular principles course, but they only want to teach it in 1 semester. So Mankiw's Essentials of Economics has both the micro and the macro chapters. Not all of the chapters. It is reduced, so a professor can cover both micro and macro in 1 semester. And this Essentials is different from a course that's called Survey of Economics, and we'll talk about that in another session. But there are 5 versions of Mankiw. Okay, Mankiw comes out in November. Best-selling text in the galaxy. Every year is a big year in economics. I'll talk to you later.